Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your latest Manchester United news and transfer news. And we're not talking about anything else tonight other than that lad right there, Harry Maguire. What an absolute bellend. It's going to be a quick one tonight, I promise you, because I'm just going to get a few things off my chest and see what you have to say. Let me know in the comments. Let's get into it. So yeah, nothing else to talk about tonight other than Harry Maguire and how much of an absolute tool he is. I have to say, first and foremost, I've backed Harry Maguire an awful lot over the last couple of years, not on the pitch, but off the pitch, in relation to his professionalism and so on and so forth. But this just, I'm just so bloody annoyed with it. So, look, let's get straight into it. It's an article coming out of the Telegraph. West Ham's move for Harry Maguire off after they grow tired of waiting. Defender has not finalised his exit from Manchester United. He wants £7 million sterling to leave Old Trafford. Harry Maguire, 30 million move to West Ham has collapsed after the club grew tired of waiting for the defender to agree his exit from Manchester United. Although there is a chance the deal could be revived, it's not going ahead at the moment. And I'm not surprised about this one bit. I'm not surprised with West Ham because we've seen what happened with Scott McTominay. There was too much dilly-dallying between United and West Ham, and they just moved on. They're saying, look, the transfer window is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. We're not waiting around. A day and a half later, they signed James Ward-Prowse, you know what I mean, from Southampton. So, West Ham are not messing around here. It says here, West Ham have grown frustrated over the delay and are looking at alternative options. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, no, my camera went off. Did it? Give me one sec. I think the battery is dead on my camera. Great. Hooray. One sec. Right, we're going to have to use this for a minute. The other one is dead. Apologies. West Ham have grown frustrated over the delay and are looking at alternative options in central defence. Maguire has settled personal terms with West Ham, but the club have been waiting for the England international to agree a payoff from United. The 30-year-old received a considerable salary increase as a result of United qualifying for the Champions League and will be on less money at West Ham. He is thought to want about £7 million sterling to leave Old Trafford. United had hoped to raise funds through the sale of Maguire, who has fallen out of favour under Eric Ten Hag. The £80 million defender, who has 2 years on his contract, made 8 Premier League starts last season and has been warned by Gareth Southgate that his England place will be under threat if he remains on the sidelines. Yeah, I'm so annoyed. I have to say, I am so bloody annoyed with this. And like I said, over the last couple of years, I've backed Harry Maguire in terms of his professionalism, in terms of, dealing with, look, we understand he hasn't been good on the field. We know that. And, I've backed how professional he has been off the field in terms of dealing with the criticism, dealing with a lot of things like that, so on and so forth. But this it has just turned my opinion of Harry Maguire completely 180. I think it's a selfish move. I think it's an unprofessional move. Let's just break it down first and foremost. A report today also suggests, this is coming from Sky Sports, a move now from Benjamin Pavard is looking unlikely if Harry Maguire stays. Also, there are FFP constraints in the absence of money MUFC would have received from a Maguire sale. So that deal is basically off now as well because Maguire refuses to move. Not only is he deluded in terms of, he has said that he thinks he'll get enough chances this season to prove his worth and get his first team place back. Some reports have said that today. But he's just stayed for money. He has just stayed for money. Nothing more, nothing less. He has stayed for money. He has He doesn't give a shit about his career. He doesn't give a shit about the club. He doesn't give a shit about England. He doesn't give a shit about anybody, only his wallet, £7 million. And I heard some reports suggesting that he's looking, that figure could potentially be double what he's actually looking for. I'm so annoyed because, look, I've said before that if Harry Maguire stays and we reinvest, and we go out and buy another central defender anyway, then okay. But the fact that a couple more transfers before the end of the transfer window depend on Maguire going and is generating the revenue from the Maguire sale, that's what's getting me so annoyed. We see that report. Pavard is now pretty much off because, let me zoom in on it for you. So Pavard is the deal for Pavard is pretty much over and done with unless Harry Maguire leaves, because the money we were going to generate from that deal was going to finance the deal for Benjamin Pavard, and my God, is he an upgrade on Harry Maguire. So I'm just so annoyed, I have to say. I mean, like, he's just shown his desire there straight away in relation to what he wants to get out of the rest of his career. Gareth Southgate basically told him that he's not going to get into the England squad if he doesn't play regular first team football. He's coming along and saying that he thinks he'll get, enough opportunities at Old Trafford in the upcoming season to regain his place back. I mean, that's just the biggest smokescreen. Either one, he's just the most deluded person on the face of the planet, or two, and I think this is the one that's true, he's just worried about money. All he cares about is fucking money that he's getting. He doesn't give a shit about the future of Manchester United. He doesn't give a shit about the redevelopment of United under Eric Ten Hag and the direction that we're going in. He cares about nobody, only himself and his wallet. And I'm so bloody annoyed, I have to say. Let's see what people are saying. Chris says, if Maguire refuses to leave, drop him from the first team, sign Evans on a 1-year deal and let him sit at home. Either way, we have to pay him. Aaron says, problem is 30 million and 100k a week. There are probably younger and potentially better centre-backs out there that they could sign on a bigger contract. Yep, there you go. Aaron also says, personally, I think accept 25 million from West Ham and give him his poxy 7 million and save 190k a week in his wages. Get him gone. Don't want the negativity in the squad. Patrick says, Slabhead out. He's doing a Phil Jones. And Colin says another Paul Pogba will leave on free. Yeah, and it's a good point that Aaron makes there. Potentially Manchester United are probably going to have to drop the amount that they're going to look for him. I mean, yeah. I just so fucking annoyed, I have to say. I mean, what happened to this time last week when, everything was rosy, Harry Maguire was leaving, we were getting excited for the start of the Premier League on the back of a dull performance yesterday, and now this nonsense coming out of Harry Maguire. It doesn't put me in a good humor. So yeah, I don't have anything else planned for tonight's live, so let's make it as interactive as possible. Get any comments in to the chat there and we'll go through them, because I just too pissed off to do anything after hearing that Harry Maguire story. Jock says, a disgrace. What a greedy move. We're going to lose out on players who are actually needed and hungry to progress their careers, not looking to fill the wallet. Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better, Jock. Aaron says he won't get into the team if he was to lose a centre-back. I would rather bring Malacia in and put Shaw centre-back. There are 4 or 5 players that I would put at centre-back before him. Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, Shaw. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would nearly put Casemiro back there before I would put him in. Oshin says, this sounds like agent talk. He's not smart enough to come up with that. And Aaron says, Delo would probably even do a better job. Yeah, so look, I mean, it doesn't bode well. It really doesn't. I can't see him leaving. I really can't. I think unless unless Everton come in for him. I think West Ham will move on. Like I said, we've seen it with their move for Scott McTominay. They didn't hang around. Manchester United wanted more money. They weren't willing to pay. They moved on. 2 days later, they signed James Ward-Prowse. They're moving fast. And I think they're and they're dead right to be doing that. So, they're not going to be waiting around for Harry Maguire. They don't give a shit whether United pay him off or not. They're going to say, all right, we'll move on. We're not waiting around to sign fucking Cannavaro. You know what I mean? So, Party Pooper says, unfortunately, this is the consequences of crazy wages we give players. Yeah, and look, it's something that I said straight away to myself. The second it broke, I said to myself, this is a hangover still from the Ed Woodward era. It just is. You know what I mean? The Ed Woodward era is coming back to bite us in the arse still because of these high wages we paid fucking bang average players. And yeah, it's going to stay with us for another while, because you look at the likes of Anthony Martial is still there. Scott McTominay is still there. Donny van de Beek is still there. Brandon Williams is still there. The list goes on. Harry Maguire, fucking Dean Henderson. These players are all still there, all on decent money that they're not going to get anywhere else. Ed Woodward has him and the Glazers have come so bloody close to destroying this football club. It's not even funny. And yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I could personally bloody sue Ed Woodward for negligence, because Jesus Christ, he deserves it. Patrick says, people like Maguire sicken me. Money, 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 and no talent. Would say something if he was worth a fraction of his wages. Bottom half championship defender. There we go. Let me turn up these. There we go. It's a little bit better. Sorry, I'm using the camera on my laptop tonight because my good camera, the battery is dead. Aaron says, even McTominay would do a better job if he wasn't to go as backup centre back. Jock then says, if he stays, Jack, you wait to hear the boos next week. It will be 60,000 plus angry. Well, do you know what? I backed him last week when he got booed at the Aviva Stadium. I don't give a fuck if he gets booed anymore, because this is just sheer greed from him. Not caring, one, about his own professional career, two, about the project that Manchester United are trying to do, and his international career. You know what I mean? He's not going to get into that England. And you know what? England are better off for it. I'd say a lot of the England fans that are not Manchester United supporters will be going, fucking lovely. Let him stay and sit on the bench at Old Trafford, and he will not get into the England team, and we'll play, someone better. You know what I mean? I think they'll be happy with that. Oshin says he'll end up going on loan and we'll end up paying his wages anyway. Maguire doesn't give him a fiddlers about United, so 60,000 booing him, he'd shrug off. Aaron says, I would put him on the under-18s bench and tell the coaches not to play him. Patrick says, don't start me on Dean Henderson. I'll drive over to Manchester and kick his hole out of the club. Oshin says, sue Woodward for mental anguish and despair, class action. Yeah, I think we could get enough people together to do that. Party Pooper says, I'm still baffled how Dean Henderson is still in our squad after the disrespect last year. It's another hangover from the Ed Woodward era, lad. We just cannot get rid of these players. We just cannot get rid of these players because they're on so much money. It's just so goddamn annoying. Bench Slabbit isn't good enough to get on the under 12s bench. There we go. Anyway, I'm not going to go any further because I had nothing else to talk about. There's not much else to talk about, to be quite honest with you. I just wanted to jump on for 10 or 15 minutes and vent. I've done that now. We were supposed to do the podcast tonight, but Ricey's not around. So we'll be hopefully either doing that tomorrow night or Thursday. Either way, we'll be back with a full United transfer news show tomorrow night. So we'll be back from 7:30. Thank you for listening to me, because I needed that little vent. I went out to cut the grass and it didn't do me any good. I was still fucking Maguire. Right, okay. I think the couch and a beer for the rest of the evening, I think. Chris is in. Chris, this is not going to be a long one. We're just finishing up. Oshin, any news on the sale or Greenwood, just to cheer you up? Fuck you, Oisin. Yeah, there is no news on the sale, and Greenwood can just go jump in a lake. You know what I mean? Aaron says Jack is lucky he comes on here to vent. Chris says only one beer. Jock says you're a gas man, Jack, but we feel your pain. The rest of us shout at the wife. Well, my wife is pregnant, so I'm not allowed to shout at her. I'm wrong for everything, you know. So ye older people in the group chat will know what I mean. So yeah, yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. Party Boomer says, "Do you think we should have got a penalty last night from the handball?" Listen, we're in no position to be claiming for handballs after what Onana done last night. So, look, let's just say we're happy that we got out there with 3 points. We didn't deserve 3 points, but look, we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. I just hope that last night's performance was just start of the season jitters. Yeah, because if it's not, and we continue to play like that, Spurs will wipe the floor with us next week if we play like that. So that's my worry. We are excited for the Riverdance celebration. You ain't getting it. That's only for weddings. Greenwood shouldn't get a penny off United in my eyes. He's a free agent for the last 18 months. Party Viewer says someone made a good point, though, saying it was a forward who made a handball like that and then scored. It would have been disallowed. Spurs has to be a different performance. But yeah, that was definitely a penalty from Onana. It was. Right, lads, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for listening to my rant. Maguire. But yeah, let's hope someone else comes in like an Everton and offers 25 million and he decides to go. But I think I think it was Aaron that said it. If we do get a 25 million bid in, it'll save us 5 million. Oh, the child is crying. And then we will be able to pay him off the 7 million. I don't know. But we want to get a move on. We want to start offering them to clubs because the transfer window is closed 2 weeks on Friday, I think. Thursday or Friday, one or the other. We got to get move on. Lads, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with a full transfer talk show. Tomorrow will either be a transfer talk show or a podcast. I'm waiting to hear back from Ricey. And then alternatively, then on Thursday, it'll be the other one. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.